Hello dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. This video's a review on the Chinook CH47D by Miltech Simulations. Orbx kindly gave me a review copy, and I'm gonna link to their Orbx Central and where you can get this Chinook CH47D from the Orbx Central website. In this video I'm going to give you a review of this fascinating historic helicopter. I actually see a few of these sometimes during the year fly past me in formation, which is absolutely a sight that must be seen. Giving you my review of it, going to talk about what you get included with the package. There's a surprising amount of stuff that you get with this, including a couple of missions. So I'll be talking about that and maybe even showing you one of them. And then at the end I'll give you my conclusion, final thoughts and recommendations. Well, okay, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. Okay, so we're just on the threshold of Hoddesdon International Runway 9. London City Airport, of course, in the RAF livery. Now, I believe I counted 13 different liveries from this, ranging from the Australia, I'll show you something on screen there, ranging from an Australian livery to US, to Canada, Singapore even. And I believe I even saw an Italian livery in there too, so you can, if you have a favourite livery, you can knock yourself out there. Just take that off screen. Let me just get the necessities out of the way here. This costs around $35, so it'll be around 29 UK pound, or the equivalent in your own currency. I did see on one of the Miltech Simulations website that they said it's coming, or it's out on the Microsoft Flight Sim Marketplace. At the time of recording this video, I didn't see it on the Marketplace, but it's probably going to be there soon at some point. PC only, I believe, at the moment. I can well imagine this coming to Xbox soon. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's look at these gorgeous externals. Let me just... Nothing like being prepared there, is there, Hoddesdon? Let me just increase that time of day with our lovely flow there. External modelling is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, I mean, take a look for your own eyes here. Bit of engine haze, heat exhaust coming out of the back of those two there. It's got some power, this helicopter. Very, very iconic. I believe everybody would know at least what the Chinook looks like. Beautiful, and this does it a lot. It gives the Chinook a great tribute. This looks wonderful. Look at it. So external 4K modelling there. It's absolutely 4K texturing is absolutely wonderful. One of the best looking helicopters in the sim at the moment. If we jump in the cockpit, it continues in the cockpit as well. Beautiful old weathering on the switches and dials there. And there's more to show. This is only showing you part. There's a lot to this package. One of the good things I've found, every switch here seems to work. If I hover over every single one of them, I've not found one yet. And if you have, let us know. But I have not found any of these that don't work. Not sure they all have functionality, but they're all, you can switch them all, which is great to see. Absolutely fantastic, especially when you're talking about the amount of switches. Look, even these down here. The amount of switches that are in this thing, but as you can see, the cockpit looks beautiful. It's wonderful to fly in this cockpit. I'll get onto that later. There's even a little tablet on the side here. So there you go. Disclaimer. But there's a map. You got a plane view, you can zoom in and out the plane view, or like a satellite view, which is nice to see. You've got a load, which is nice. I'll be coming back to this in a moment. Fuel page. Missions, I'll be coming back to that later. That's quite fascinating. And a door page as well. While we're on door, let's just extend the top and we'll go full for the ramp. Get outside and watch this little animation here. Look at that. Wonderful. Well done, Miltech. This is fantastic. There's nothing much in there at the moment, is there? Let's go back in, go unload. While we're in internal, let's put a Humvee in there. Look. We've got a Humvee in there now. Interesting. If that doesn't suit you, let's put some troops in there. Oh, serious troops. Look at them. Maybe a medvac. And in fact, while we have that up, let's go and take a look at that in the actual... Oh. Now, let's see if I can do this. I don't have my Xbox controller control, but I'm in cockpit views anyway. It wouldn't matter. But I can do this. Let's just move along here. Bear with me. I'm going to figure this out in just a second. That's right. Come down. And if we press that one, we can go forward. Right, just pressing a combination of keys. So there you go. You can get a closer view of them in the cockpit there. Isn't that nice? So there you go. You get a lot of toys to play with this aircraft. What we'll do here now is come back to this page. And we're just going to close the doors. So we can retract and close. Pop outside. And watch that. There we got a special mission today, chaps. Couple of very sick guys there, it looks like. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the rotors rotating. I tell you, this is one stunning package, my friends. Really is. Not big into helicopters, I'm just going to be honest. Wanted a more in-depth one, and this has handed it to me on a plate. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's get back in the cockpit. You know what, should we do a bit of night lighting? Bring up my flow. Time. Let's put it to night. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Very military-esque, isn't it? The lighting there. And you can get to that. I'm just going to use Control and 7 on Control and 8 on my keyboard. Let's try that again. Control and 8, that's right. And I believe there is some night lighting. Might be Control and 7. Bear with me, there we go, it's here. This is what I was looking for. So you get to it. Instrument lighting, you can have it turned on, turned off. Overhead light, turned on, turned off. You can increase the intensity here with this floodlight. So let's take a look how that looks. Yeah, you can't complain about that. External, you can still see that beautiful helicopter. So there you go. Okay, let's put that back today. And I just want to show you a couple more things here before we move on. Gonna put it to around midday-ish, which would be fine. You can actually taxi with this thing. There's a little switch down here, steering. Let's just find it. Power steering. If you mouse forward a couple of times, you get to nose wheel steering. Parking brakes off, that's fine. Just going to increase my collective a little bit and push forward on my stick. Use my rudders to control and taxi. Look at that, we're taxiing around London City Airport. Isn't that great? So you could taxi it like you would in an aircraft essentially. We'll get on the runway anyway, it doesn't really matter for this video, but we'll get on there. There we go, let's go a bit faster, chaps. There we go. Brake, brake, brake. Come back down, turn this back on to lock this switch. So it's just a switch here, power steering, put it back to lock. increase my collective. So your collective's down here. It's just basically if you got your throttle for collective, that will increase it. And we'll get up in the air and just do a bit of flying around. Let's see how the model behaves, shall we? Bit more collective. I'll use my rudders to rotate to the left there. And push forward on the stick. Just watching the collective, seeing if I'm rising or climbing. You can have assists on in the cockpit. That's assistant options to see assistant options and HUD minimal if you need that. I did have them on. I kind of prefer them off now. And there we go. It's quite a fast helicopter this. You've got to be where it will zoom ahead. I also love that mirror display as well. Don't get too much detail from it, but you know, it just adds to the whole experience, doesn't it? And when you're flying around in this cockpit, it really does feel like you're in a military jet. And you do get a sense of immersion from it. Not so much from London at the moment. Doesn't look great. And there we go. If you want to, you can just fly along to somewhere like Heathrow Airport. Or wherever you want. Just steady the aircraft up a bit. And come back towards London City. You've got to forgive me, guys, as you can probably see, I'm in no way an expert with helicopters. In no way. You might have guessed that by now. But this one, after a couple of goals, I'm getting used to it. Did take me a couple of goals. I rarely fly helicopters in the sim. That's just a really combination of your collective and trim and that type of thing. Am I going to mess this up now? No, I think I've got it right. Let's come back towards the airport here. Bring back that collective a little bit. Yeah, and some assists here if you need them. I was using assists before, but I've got them turned off now. They could be useful if you want to see what trim you are and goodness knows what. It depends how au fait you are with helicopters. I think we can do decent enough landing there. I'll take that. Bit hard, but for me, come on, it's me. Okay, chaps, so that's just a quick overview of the Chinook. Let me just show you a bit more now, the missions. Okay, let's give you a quick overview of the included missions. These are quite unique. It's on the missions tab in the tablet. And I'll just show you these in a second. I want to show you something. The lighting, night lighting, I put it on white now. Now, is it Control and 8 on the keyboard? It is indeed. You can change this from white. Now, there you go. You have to mouse up and down on it. Off or green. I like it on, well, I like it on the green possibly, but I just thought I'd show you that. So you do get nice different lighting effects. Back to the missions anyway. This is what I want to show you. So you get things like firefighting, Canadian rockets fires, Los Angeles refinery fire, London fires. You can click into each of them and it'll give you a description of the mission. You got rescue missions, hoist missions, military exercises, London fires. We can't resist that one. A massive fire has erupted in the heart of London. It's not massive, I'll show you that later. In a highly densely populated area. Due to the size of the flames and proximity to high-rise buildings, the city has reached out for help. And we're the ones to help them. Mission duration about 35 minutes. I'm not going to show you the whole mission. Gives you instructions on what to do. But what we do first is launch. I hope this doesn't... Yeah. You get a splash screen. Take a note there. Note crash detection and stress detection must be turned off. I've turned them off in assistant options. And we're here. We're in our location. We are at Oldham, I think. Is this Oldham? I believe it is. You get a few, with these missions, you get a few different, yeah, it is Oldham. At RAF Oldham. You get a few different airports included in the package. This is one of them, RAF Oldham. Look at that. I mean, you'll pay for that separately, wouldn't you? I'd easily pay £10 or so, £15 for this. You get it included. There's about 4 to 5 others included around the world. Go and look at the link I put down below. It's all included. Look at that. You got other Chinooks around. That's brilliant. It's just a bonus of this package. You can't fault that. Okay, so what it's saying is load the firefighting bucket to your aircraft in this tablet. Load tab. Let's do that. Load external bucket. It wants the hook in the middle. You see that there? It's screaming at us. Hook in the middle. I believe control and 6 will get us up here. And you've got a little hook mode here. So it wants it in the middle. It's on all at the moment. I'm just going to mouse down to the goes to middle. Go back. That should satisfy it. If we look... how do I do this? If I do it that way. If we look at the back there. Just move this way. In fact, if I do that, there we go. You can see we've got this door open. This is for the hoist. So that will do it automatically in that mission as long as you put your hook to the middle. Because then it's going to open the middle door. So there we go. And it gave us some other instructions in the mission tab there. But I'm going to get to that in a moment. If we look outside the helicopter now, I keep calling it aircraft, or almost. It's just force of habit. There's a little bucket. Bouquet. UK, as you'll know what I mean there. Every time I hear bucket. I did actually meet Hyacinth Bouquet. Patricia Rutledge, I believe she's called. Did actually meet her. She did a charity fundraiser. She lives actually in the same area, roughly. Okay, I've got to line up with that bucket. It's over here to the left, so I need to increase my collective slightly. Get my altitude to about here. It's suggestion. Oh, just need to trim that. It's in positive trim now, it looks like. That's alright, I'll trim as I climb. More collective, just get to that altitude. You've got to forgive my flying abilities here, people. I should be able to do this. There we go. So hover around there. Swing around. And we'll get to this bucket. There we go. Just move my flight stick forward a little bit. And a little bit more. The Velocity 1 flight stick is great with this. I must get the flight deck out and try this. That would be brilliant with the helicopters, I've got to say. I imagine. It will flash yellow, and then it will say, hooked on. So you just got to hover over it, get that dot in the centre. Look, I've got a bucket attached. Bouquet! Right. Okay, so how do we find London City? Well, it did suggest, let's just not raise much more in altitude. Around there will do. If it keeps rising, it's okay for the moment. Did suggest in the mission tab, go to your EFB, use the handheld GPS in EFB. So we can go to config, show handheld, put it back on mission page, and we'll just do a direct to. That's still rising. I just want to. There we go. We'll do a direct to control and file, control and free to get to our GPS here. We'll do a direct to. Just a little tip for you here, people. Direct to EGLC, Hoddesdon International, EGLC. Enter. Activate. Now, unfortunately, it will show it in this tab. It won't show it in the map view on the tablet. I don't want to show you that because then the mission thing will go off. Ah, it's gone off anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't show the map here. It doesn't show you the route here, rather. It shows you the map, but not the route. So it's a bit of a shame in that case. But there's a way around that. bring up your VFR map. I'll use Flow to do this. VFR map. And you'll have it in your VFR map, or you should have. You should have a line going towards London City, which is there. So we can use that. So this is one of the missions. The idea is to bring this over to London, go to the Thames, fill it up. I can't get back that mission description now because it will, what you saw before. Actually, I can do. What am I saying? Of course I can. It tells you there, basically, to go and fill it up, the bucket. Trouble is, trying to get this bucket over to London is a nightmare. I've not managed it. I've had a few goals, and I've not managed it yet. Any sudden movements from your helicopter, even slight movements from your helicopter, that bucket, still there for the moment, disconnects. Let's try moving to our left here. Rotating to our left. That bucket just comes off too easily for my liking. And you can pull your hair out. If you just get over London, make a sudden turn, you've lost the bucket. Bouquet! Right, so anyway, we shall see what we can do. I've lost it, there you go. And what did I do? I'll tell you what, chaps, it's time for my recommendations and conclusion. Do I recommend it? For the what you get in this package, 100%. Let me just get back in the aircraft, in the helicopter, and just bring her back. She's actually going backwards, it looks like, though. There we go. Do I recommend this? For what you get included, 100%. You can get a bit in congested areas. I've noticed it can get a bit. You can get a bit of slowdown in external view, frame rate issues. It's not doing it for me at the moment, which is a good sign. I've had a couple of frame rate issues in external views, possibly because of all the texturing. It does recommend a 1070. In this test, I'm using a 1060. Yeah. In badly need of an upgrade on my desktop, but generally it's okay. In the cockpit I have no issues, no frame rate issues. It's very smooth. It's lovely to fly in this old-fashioned cockpit. It's lovely to fly a Chinook. A lot of us wanted a proper Chinook in the sim. You're not going to be disappointed. The amount of buttons and switches that are all working, it's brilliant. It's one aircraft. I don't usually like starting up aircraft nowadays. I just go and control E or just get it started on the runway. This is one aircraft, one helicopter that I like to start up from scratch. And the missions, I'll keep giving them a go. It's nice that they're a taster for Flight Sim 2024. Hopefully they'll work a bit. They're just a little bit difficult. If you like missions, you might like those. Give them a try. I'll keep trying that London Fire one, but I keep losing my bucket. Big recommendation from me, guys. Go and grab it from Orbx there. Do me a favour as well. Thanks for watching the video. Do let me know your own thoughts. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon.